What up, what up, what up? Hey y'all, I'm here in my room. How are you? I was thinking that instead of just cleaning, I could clean a Yap and we can just go through some of the things on my mind. I had recorded this video before, I just recorded one exactly with this format, and I listened to it back again and I was like, wait a minute, you're not saying anything. You are not saying anything, boo-boo. So let's do a take two and see if this one can be a little bit more pointed, directive, and useful. What did I want to talk about as we yap and clean? I want to talk about community building online because the last video that I posted did pretty well. It got within 48 hours over 200 views, which for me, over here on this side of YouTube, is pretty good. I'm not mad at it. I made a short, linked the video to the short, and I think that helped drive some traffic as well. So glad to see that. And it got me thinking okay, what other things do I want to post online? Again, still trying to do things that feel fulfilling, like you actually enjoy the process and get value out of it, and you're not obsessed with the final end result. However, as I was thinking about different ways to build community online, one could be TikTok reaction videos, or another could be, filming my day-to-day life, whatever. I realized, wait a minute. One, I want to be mindful of practices that only deepen our kind of obsession and compulsive consumption. Because I was thinking about doing TikTok react videos. But then two, the other thing it got me thinking about is why, if we're so invested in building community, why is online the default platform? Why isn't there this active pursuit of building community in person? Is it because online communities feel safer? Is it because online communities give the illusion of closeness, even though there's an inherent amount of distance that comes with not actually being around a person, and spending time with them and seeing them in their lived environment? What is it about building community online? And yes, it's possible, but is this in some way another type of, I don't want to say propaganda, right? Because you can just say propaganda for everything. A potato chip is propaganda. But is this another form of, or at least the desire to build community online? Is this something that we have been inherently programmed to pursue because it keeps us from actually actively galvanizing or building in person? If I want to build community around passions or build communities to do things with people in shared spaces, what about the people on my street? What about my neighbors? What about the school, in my neighborhood? What about the restaurants near me? Why? And maybe it's multifaceted. Maybe people do both. I do have community in here, or in person, in my neighborhood, in my communities, whether it's through the work that you do, or the people you spend time with, and your online communities are just one part. I cannot say that's the case for me. I think that if I'm so interested in community, where is that in-person element? I would say for me, my community are the family, friends, extended family, aunts, uncles, the people that I intentionally try to show up for and support, whether it's through my time, my energy, being there for them, or if people need food, money, whatever resources. That is one way that I try to show up as a community member. Am I doing anything to actively try to build the community up? Not necessarily. And I think on building community online, right? Because the point of building a community is about offering resources to a group of individuals for the benefit of the collective. But community building in a social media space is always about how do I commodify your attention, right? Okay, what can I build community around? That way I get views. That way I get ad revenue. That way I get money. That way I get out of this matrix that wants me to work a 9 to... You get what I'm saying? So it's the end goal is, are we being told the word community in order to cover up something that's a lot more insidious? You get what I'm saying? Granted, some people do have like online communities and you have parasocial relationships and you feel like you know people and you feel like you know them. Because I have YouTubers that I follow and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love listening to them talk. I love how they cover things. I love their insight. I love their thoughts. It's fun to listen to when I'm in the car or driving, all those things. And it's nice, right? It's nice. But what does it mean to be what does community even mean? What does community mean? And the word gets tossed around so much, even within, in work, when it talks about, I work in media, so I think serving the community is very different. That's like more informational. But as far as covering events in a balanced way or just offering information that people are looking for, I think that is a service to the community, right? And so I think when we talk about building community, I think what we're trying to build is we're trying to build clubs. Like clubs, we all come together to do things together, but building community is, maybe I'm thinking about this too deeply. Building community. What does it mean to build community? What is community? I think community is any collection of people. To build community, I think what some people are trying to build is they're trying to build a fan base and call it a community. Because when call it a community, it feels like you're a part of something, right? But if we're in a community, you talk, right? Like I listen to your perspective, you listen to mine, we listen to theirs, right? We're all in this together. We're all in this together. What could I be trying to build that we're all trying to do together? Because I'm going to be honest. Between a solo project and a group project, I don't mind a little solo dolo. Okay. Did I set the settings? They are set. Beautiful. Yeah. What does it mean to build community? Are we really trying to build communities or are we just trying to build fan clubs? But it feels weird to when I think about some of the YouTubers who I'm in their community to consider myself a fan, but maybe I am just a fan. Because what the hell do they know about me? I mean, I guess the only way people will know about you is if you share and engage, and some of them do have in-person activations and things like that. But just some food for thought. My hope is that if you're like me and you like listening to people think and how their brain works and how they process ideas and concepts, this will be some kind of background noise that hopefully you listen to and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Or no, girl, you're seeing this all wrong, as you do laundry, go to work, go for a walk. Yeah, and I also really appreciate the comments on the last video as far as people giving me their ideas regarding identity and what it means to make yourself a product and commodify yourself and put yourself online. So if you have thoughts about community and what that means, what it looks like in a digital sense compared to an in-person sense, can they be the same? Are they different? That would also be good to know. And then I think about it, it's okay, if I am truly vested in building community, then we are doing something for a cause greater than ourselves. I think that is really where community comes in, that we are working together for a cause greater than ourselves. If the end game is just for me to get subscribers and get views and ad revenue, who does that help? Right? Nothing wrong with it. But semantically, is that what I'm trying to, is that, when we think about what words mean and how we use them, semantically, what are we really saying? Because if we just throw around words carelessly, then what we mean, it's very easy for deceptive actors to, try to use that language in covert ways. Okay, I like this take better. And I'll talk with you guys later.